Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. So today guys, on this pick a card, I've just been really feeling the energy. I've been feeling really good lately. I've been feeling like at peace and thankful and just, just really good vibes. So I really wanted to just do a pick a card on the energies that you will be receiving at this time, like in this high energy that I've been feeling. So if you guys are interested in doing this pick a card, this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in your readings. I love you guys. See ya. Bye. So pile number 1, you guys, your theme, I feel like overall has a lot to do with blessings, right? Blessings coming in from like into this cycle. It's like an energy of regaining something, right? A part of you that I feel like, I don't know if it's that it was lost, but it's like something new, right? It's like maybe it's an old part of you from like a past life, but you're regaining it now in this present life. That's what I'm getting. It's like a coming back to something, right? A regaining of something. And I feel like I might not like go in the exact order, right? But you guys have the courageous peony, right? Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. I feel like this is like a confirmation that you're very special and you're very important, and it's about what you have to offer this world, right? I feel like what you have to offer, no one else like has, right? Like there's something special about you, right? And the only way that people will be able to see this part of you though is when you're ready to show it, right? When you're ready to like expose it. And I think that part of this new beginning, right? Part of this like gift that's being given to you is to help you find your purpose. And to find your purpose, I feel like you have to be fully transparent. Like part of your purpose on this earth is in being transparent, right? In being letting yourself be seen. Like these two things are tied in together, the purpose and the courageous peony. It's like, I think the old cycle might have kept you very closed off, and it might have kept you at a place where maybe you were a little bit scared to just be yourself, right? Scared to kind of show, again, like live with this confidence of who you are, right? And with these two cards together, it's like you're meant to shine very brightly. You're meant to like be yourself and exude this confidence that comes from with being yourself, right? And I think that's how that's tied into your purpose here, right? Like the leader that you're meant to be has a lot to do with showing exactly who it is that you are, right? And I feel like it's important not to compare yourself to others at this point, because I feel like where you are right now might not be exactly where you want to be, but it has a lot to do with like this shift, right, in yourself. And the shift in yourself is about, again, showing off who it is that you are and realizing that you are very special. And I think it has something to do with like not hiding it anymore, right? It could even mean like having a bigger, like I feel like for this group, a lot of people are meant to see you, right? A lot of people are meant to see you. You're not meant to like cover up or hide. But I feel like maybe I'm talking to someone whose personality is actually very shy, right? So it's like, how do you work with those two energies, right? I feel like they're going to help you, right? With this purpose card, it's like they're going to help you shine the way you're supposed to shine, right? And there's something here about how like flowers don't compare how beautiful they are to each other. They're just all beautiful, right? And there's something about how beautiful you are, but I feel like in the 3D, it's like it leads to like comparisons, right? Of like, where are you right now, present day, and like how successful you are and like what you look like. And I feel like you're a very unique and like beautiful soul, and they're meant to be seen, right? And it doesn't matter like who you are. There's something about like that transparency that you need to bring out, right? And I feel like you guys got number 18, Kuntur Yachak, blessings from the son of Hanapacha. I feel like this card, I'm going to read to the meaning. It says, Condor swiftly brings the will of Great Spirit to earth through the gift of powerful medicine. Despite great odds, even in the face of what may appear to be an inevitable defeat, extraordinary triumph is at hand. This is the prophecy of resurrection, of the rising up of what was thought to be lost. It shall happen with unexpected and surprising swiftness. Your divine destiny is now held in the guiding hand of a great spiritual master. I feel like that's like confirmation for you guys, right? Like you guys need to hear that. There's something here about like the old cycle, right? And when it says resurrection, there's something important from the old cycle that you have to take with you into this new cycle. So that's like the purpose, right, of this old cycle. Like I feel like there was a reason for the old way, and now there's going to be a reason for the new way of doing things, right? Because like resurrection to me like doesn't mean that there's an ending. It just means that like you're reborn from your own ashes, right? And there's something here about like the blessings that are going to be given to you at this time that are going to enable you to achieve your purpose, right? There's something here about like the blessings and the new beginning and the resurrection, right? And I feel like you're, with this card, you're being given or like bestowed, right? Everything that you need to live out your actual purpose, right? And I feel like it's really important for you to understand that you have like a higher purpose here. And I feel like the special thing about condors, right, they're these birds that I feel like they're these birds that humanity has almost like brought to extinction, right? And they're also being like revitalized, right? The population is being like brought back up by humans. So it's kind of like, I want to say like a double-edged sword, and that's how I feel like this resurrection is. It's like this process of like kind of being brought to ashes to be brought back up again in this new way, right? And again, I feel like the purpose that you have has a lot to do with you being like transparent, because this bird, the condor, it's apparently like it changes in color due to its like emotion. So it's like very visible to everyone what emotion it's feeling if like you can see it's painted on its face, right? So this is reminding me of like, again, the call that you need to be more transparent in your life. You're meant to give off like total, I want to say, like you're meant to be yourself, your true authentic self, right? And you're not meant to hide who it is that you are. And I think you're afraid to shine brighter than like you thought you could, right? Like I think there's a potential here to achieve something greater than you even thought you could for yourself. And I feel like that means that you have to like, it only comes though with being yourself, right? Like this gift, right, that's being bestowed on you, this fact that you are a leader, it can only come, it's like, yeah, you might know that you're a leader inside, but it's like the only way for others to see it is when you decide to like show it to others, right? And you're not like scared of what others would say or think about who you are and like what it is that you're doing. And I feel like the very last part of this, you know, the last part of this for group number 1 with the cosmic heart and gratitude, it's like this devotion and this gratitude is tied into like your purpose, right? It's like kind of part of the blessing that's being bestowed upon you. And the way that this blessing can come into fruition like quicker, I'd want to say, is the simple energy of you being like in gratitude, right? Being thankful for like the support that spirit is giving you. I feel like with this bird, it's the divine, right? We're talking about a condor, which is like the biggest bird in the world, I think. And the fact that it has almost gone to extinction and hasn't, right? And it's kind of like the gratitude that we need to have for the divine or the universe, because they're actually like catering to what it is that we need, right? Like they're helping us grow. And they're telling you right now that this is what you need to do. Like you have to be transparent. You have to like shine as bright as you can. Like you're meant to shine super bright. I keep thinking of like that Rihanna song, but yeah, it's like you're meant to be doing something. Like your purpose is tied into who you are, and who you are is someone very special, and you're meant to be confident about that and show that show the world who that is, right? And I feel like they're catering to your every need. So like the energy of being thankful for that is like needed, right? And it's going to help with the blessings coming in for your life quicker than you could like even imagine, right? Even here, it's like make your life a moving prayer, the cosmic heart. I feel like this has a lot to do with just like blessings and the vibration of like being thankful. I feel like even more than like blessings, it's going to help this cosmic heart with the way that it's like how you will receive these blessings, and like how like it will help you quickly like get into what your purpose is meant to be. But you have to sit in this energy of like this high vibe of being like thankful, right? So I feel like your purpose will become a lot clearer once you sit in this energy of like thankfulness and gratitude, and maybe not understanding exactly why things happen the way they do, but the fact that right now you're just being blessed, and it's a blessing to actually be yourself, right? And I feel like once you're sitting in this heart energy, right, because there's something here about this card, the cosmic heart, like sitting in your heart energy. So if you're actually thankful, right, and you're sitting in your heart space, right, like you see how the heart is illuminated. It's like if you do these two things and you're working from the heart, then your purpose is going to be so clear. And I feel like that's another thing for you guys to understand. It's like about being transparent and being like working from the heart space, working from a place of like thankfulness, a place of gratitude, because when you're working from your heart, your true purpose can like actually show. Like you'll be like very clear on what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And again, these blessings are just going to fly right in, right? So yeah, pile number 1. I really love this reading. Let's go more into it. So pile number 1, there's something here about the ebb and flow, right? The death and the breath of life coming in, the hiding yourself and being your true authentic self. You know what I mean? There's something here about these two like aspects. Here I get like the 3 of Swords, right? Where you've been betrayed, where like you overgave, right? Where you were like self-giving in this past cycle. And then I get this energy of you coming out as like the phoenix, right? And it's funny because we're talking about resurrection, we're talking about the death and like life coming from the death, and that's exactly what the phoenix rising is, right? The phoenix comes from its ashes, right? And I think the really important thing to understand is that those ashes, right, it's like those ashes are very important. Those ashes, they help you to become the phoenix, right? Like you cannot be the phoenix without those ashes. It's like so important, that death cycle, that like the old cycle is as important as the new. That's what I want to say with the phoenix. It's reminding me of like how important that the old cycle was. And I feel like maybe you haven't come into value, like you haven't come into appreciation for that old cycle yet because of how rough it was. But with gratitude, I feel like you are going to come into some understanding. This is like, it's going to help you bring understanding, right? What you're about to receive is going to help you understand why that old cycle had to happen, right? Like what was the actual purpose of that old cycle? You're going to figure it out, and you're going to see how much it actually has given help to like what you're going to achieve in the present, right? And there's something that you're going to be doing that's helping others, right? With the 9 of Cups, it's like there's something that you're going to give a lot of your time and like heart to, right? That's like, this is tied to the purpose with the 9 of Cups, right? And it's something that's going to help you feel like, even though it might be sacrificing a lot of your time and a lot of your energy, it's meant to bring you like the ultimate happiness with the Sun, right? And the Sun comes under the gratitude with the 9 of Cups. So I feel like this is strongly like has to do with your purpose and the gratitude that you're going to feel, like the happiness that you're going to feel from being able to come into this new cycle. There's something here about birds too. Like we have the phoenix, right? And then we have Chak, right? The condor. And these are some, like, these aren't just like any birds. Even here with the 3 of Swords, it's a bird, right? So it's crazy actually, because I think Ra, right? I think Ra like is the face of a bird, I'm pretty sure. And then we have a bird here, which I think is like the eagle. So there's something here about birds, and I feel like that's significantly trying to tell you that like the divine has always been around, right? Like the divine is trying to guide you towards your purpose, and the divine was there in the past cycle where they were trying to like show you something, right? There was a whole reason for this other cycle, and I think you need to come into it like with like a gratitude, right? Like that's what you're going to learn how to do, right? I think that your purpose has something to do with, it's not like sacrificing yourself, but it is going to have something to do with like helping, right, humanity. The story of this Knight of Cups is this man who like saved his entire village from being like flooded, right? But in order to like save everyone, he had to like break his promise and speak, and if he spoke about it, he would like turn to stone. Like that's like the basis of the story. I'm leaving out a lot of details, but it's like there's something here about like self-sacrificing, right? There's something here about like how your purpose has something to do with the help, you know, like he saved his people from a flood, right? And that's what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime, in this cycle. You're meant to be doing, like, this has something to do with your purpose, right? And I feel like the divine has literally been with you every step of the way, right? With the bird coming out in every single part. Like the only way that you're not going to see it is if you actually think that you're alone, okay? Like the only way that this, like to just know that you're never alone. There's literally a bird in every single picture. It's like they're trying to help you, even with concerted chak. There's something here about birds. Like birds to me are like the symbol of the divine, right? Like if I saw a bird, I'd feel like protected. Do you know what I'm saying? Every bird has its meanings, but I mean, like they want you to see that you are like the phoenix rising, right? That from this death comes something very beautiful, right? And it's not only like the promise of something new or the promise of a new life, right? It's like you're coming from ashes, right? So you're coming from your old self, but like brand new. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's stuff that you had to take from that old cycle to rebuild yourself up again, right? Like the phoenix can't come without its own ashes. Do you know what I'm saying? It's something really important about like you understanding like the purpose of the old cycle, the reason that it had to take place, and the reason how it's going to like it's going to make you into this phoenix, right? Like there's this like rebirth to you, and it's deeper than a rebirth. It's like resurrection. Like that word is so powerful to me because it's like something literally had to die for this life to be breathed into you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like very, very, very powerful. And again, it's like the only way that this won't feel good, or like there's something here about just understanding that you've never been alone, right? And like it's like having gratitude for not only the old cycle, but for the divine and the universe, like the fact that they're trying to lead you in the right direction. Like maybe you were headed in the wrong direction the entire last cycle, and like you have to like, you know, understand that they're trying to lead you to something better. So through all these losses, right, comes this chance for a new beginning, right? And with the sun coming out, I feel like you're going to find your purpose. You're going to find reason for the old cycle. You're going to find like that you can actually be appreciative of the old cycle and like what it's actually done to teach you something, right? And like this is the most positive card in the deck, right? So it's saying like, I feel this is like confirmation that this is going to be something that's going to like benefit you strongly, right? Like this is going to be the better route, the better direction. They just needed to kind of gear you into a new direction, and this new direction involves like being your actual self. Like there's something about you actually having to be yourself. I feel like you hide yourself a lot, right? And it's like, no. Like you have to be your actual true authentic self to receive this. I feel like something is going to end up, it's not only about with the 6, it's like I feel like it's divine love, right? And it's like the love that you have for yourself, and it's the love that you're going to have for others, right? It's like tied into your purpose, but it's like with this being the last card, right? I feel like there's something here about finding where you belong, or finding like your purpose, right? With like the way that they kind of feel, like the way that they're hugging each other makes me feel, it kind of just reminded me of like the yin and the yang, right? The way like they fit completely into the other, right? It's like, it's something about that. It's like something about how this is going to fit you so right. I just feel like they're strongly like in another cycle, like people that did not, they're like the people that you lost were not meant to be, like were not meant for you. And I think that's the hardest thing to understand when like we lose people from our old lives, or like from that cycle. We're like, or we lose like a job, or we lose something like really that we were like on a path for, that we planned, right? We made a plan for this to happen. So the fact that it's being taken away from us feels wrong, right? And it's like the new cycle is meant to fit you perfectly, right? It's meant to fit. It's reminding me of the Lana song. She's like, you fit me better than my favorite sweater, right? It's like, it's meant to fit you perfectly. Like it's made for you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the old cycle, there's something like that wasn't right for you. It could be people, it could be like the path that you were on was leading you in the wrong direction. And like, I feel like that had to be taken away from you so that you could like have this new chance at a new like this new life, right? Where you can be your true authentic self. Like maybe you're the beast and you're gonna meet the lover. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you're like an odd, I want to say, like, but unique person, and that's what you're meant to be, right? You're not meant to be anyone else. In the old cycle, I feel like you were not being your true self, and now you're going to be your true self, and you're going to find that person that, like, not only that person, but that job, that life path, that house, like everything that you want, whatever it is that you want. Like if you want to travel the world, like whatever you're meant to be doing, you're going to do, and you're going to find like it's going to fit you perfectly. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, pile number 1, I really hope that this helps you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. So pile number 2, hi guys, you guys got courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Pile number 2, I feel like, I'm sorry if there's like talking in the background. So I feel like you're given, this is the gift that you're being given right now. Like what you're trying to receive is the courage to move on from a certain situation in your life, a certain situation that has given you, I feel like it's made you, I don't know if it's made you feel powerless, but it like, the reason I feel like you're attached to it is because of this part of you that feels like you need it because like you can't get something better, or you need it, like there's some sort of like dependence here, right, on this. And it's like you're being given the courage, right, to walk away from whatever it is that does not serve you, right? Like you're going to get clarity about, you know, what fits in your life and like what doesn't fit in my life, what I'm meant to kind of take out and what I'm meant to keep, right? And if I'm holding on to something too tightly, why? Or if I feel like I need it really badly, like why? Like what is it even serving me? And I feel like in a lot of these cases it's not something that actually has been serving you. It's actually something that has been maybe taking away from you. But I feel like there's something about clinging on to something that we don't really need, right? And you guys have gotten Ishel, medicine of the rainbow jaguar. So I feel like the jaguar is like significant for you guys at this time. And let's read. Ishel protects you now as you transition from one life phase to the next. With her rainbow light, this guardian goddess instructs you on how to use great power with wisdom to nourish only what is worthy. Using jaguar medicine with perfect timing, she confronts that which is unworthy of her devotion, eradicating destructive forces and creating space for healing, relief, and rebirth. Her presence is the wild power of the jaguar, the renewal promise of the rainbow, and divine feminine creativity. All darkness shall be overcome. So yeah, again, there's something here also about like rainbows, right? Because I have the rainbow here in this lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Do you see there's like a common thread through all these cards? And I feel like the common thing that this is trying to like tell you is that, you know, we need to like loosen our grip so that whatever isn't serving us at this point can leave our lives, right? And I feel like, again, loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Again, it's like, I feel like for a lot of us, there's something that we hold on to that doesn't serve us, right? And we need to like let go of the control that we feel like we need to hold on. Like we're gripping it so tight so that like what is actually meant for us, what is actually aligned for us, right? With lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Again, we need to figure that what it is that is and let it go, right? So it's like matching vibrations, right? Like what is, now that, you know, in this new cycle, we're at this new vibe, and I feel like you're at a very high vibration, like with the rainbow, the divine feminine creativity, the jaguar, there's this vibe that you're at that is super, super high, right? And there's a lot of things that aren't going to fit into like your life anymore. And I think it's hard for you to understand that because of who you are. But I think that you're meant to let things go, right? Just like the jaguar, right? It's like an animal that's like aggressive, right? I think like you're meant to protect yourself that aggressively. You're meant to protect your energy that aggressively. Like there's a reason that they're calling you to have courage. And I feel like the reason that you need courage, for some of you, I feel like a confidence thing, right? Like I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. It's a confidence thing. It's like, I feel like for a lot of you, it's like, can I do better? right? Is there something better for me really out there, right? And I feel like the confidence is really, it's really, really important, right? Like knowing that you can have what it is that's aligned to you, that you can like actually do better, right? Like trusting that if something doesn't fit you anymore, I don't know if this is for like leaving a job, leaving a person. I feel like strongly it has to do with like leaving a person, because the story of Ishel is about how this feminine power was being disrespected, and the way that she would hide was like she had to hide from the person, right, so that she could keep, you know, like her power, right? Like she couldn't keep being with this person who was disrespecting her, so she had to like, she became invisible to them, right? And it's like trusting that if you let something go, something better is going to be brought to you like tenfold, right? And it's going to be better not only because it's like sent from the universe, sent from the divine, but it's aligned with who you are in the present, right? It's not aligned with that old cycle. It's this new, you know, like this new person or this new like whatever relationship that's meant for you, right? It's like to have the confidence to know that you can do better than you have, or like you can have better than you have now, right? And this card talks about exploitation, and it reminded me a lot about Big Eyes. It's like this movie where there's this artist, I think her name's Margaret Keane, I think her name is, and her husband like takes credit for all of her artwork, right? And like he says he drew them and it was really his wife, and he like pretends like he's like protecting her, like in like, oh, I'm gonna help you, like I'm doing this for you. Meanwhile, it's like he's lying to her. It's her own husband, you know what I mean, who's like taking credit for her own work. And like that's what exploitation is, right? Like when someone's taking credit for the work that you do, or someone uses like your, like something you've achieved, right? And they discredit it, or they take credit for it, or you know what I mean? It's something about like this confidence, right? And I feel like the reason that I know it's close to home is because I know, like in that movie, it was the husband and wife, right? Like she had to take her husband to court, right? And I feel like that's the vibe here. It's like someone very close to you. I feel like maybe they don't treat you the right way, or maybe they're just not at your vibration anymore. It doesn't have to be something as heavy as a like exploitation, right? It could just be something simple like, you know, we're not at that same vibration anymore, right? That's why I can't stay, right? And it's something close to you, but I think that like the guidance is to move away from conflict, right? To move away. You're at this vibration where you don't have time for that like part of life anymore, right? You're at a high vibe where like you don't like to gossip. I feel like this is a person who like, you're just above so much, right? And there's no reason to kind of get involved in like stupidity or things that take away your energy, or gossip, or like anything dumb, right? It's like I don't have time for that shit. So it's like don't surround yourself with people. It could even be like friends, right? Like friends that we have in our life that we've changed, and they might still be in like the same shit that they were in the past, like 10 years ago. And it's like have the courage to move past them, right? Because you're meant for so much more, right? You're at such a high vibration that these things don't match you anymore. And I feel like every time you try to fit that person into your life that doesn't match your vibe, you like bring your own vibration down. That's why this is like so important. It's like, it's about your own vibe, right? It's about your own energy. It's like every time that you're around the people this is like why it's so important. It's like every time you're around the people that are at that lower vibe, you bring your own vibration down. And that's why this is so important, to have the courage to walk away, to have the courage to understand like what's actually better for you, to have the courage to understand like your own worth, your own value. It has a lot to do with confidence, right? And I feel like confidence stems from like self-love, right? And I feel like that's what's really important. I know this is crazy, but I was listening to this Kanye West song, and I think it's like, I had dreams of killing you last night. And I will say for him that he talks about how he loves himself more than he loves his own wife, right? And that's the part of the song that kind of kept coming into my head. It's like, he's like, I love myself more than I love you. So yeah, guys, there's something here about like Kanye's lyrics that are like coming up to me in this reading. So I think the message that it is, it's like, he goes like, I thought about killing you, and I think about killing myself, and I love myself way more than I love you. So it's like you'd only care enough to kill somebody you love. It's like he keeps talking about how he loves himself more than he loves her, and he's even thought about killing himself. Do you know what I'm saying? There's something here about that for me, and it's like it has to do with the love for yourself, right? It's like, do you love yourself more than you are loving this other person? Like, where is the value that you place on yourself? I don't know. I think that's why the song is coming into my head. It's like, you have to say, like, I love myself more than I love you. Like, can you say that to the person that you're attached to? I think that's where this attachment is coming from. It's like, do you love yourself more than this person? Do you put your own worth above this person? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, and if it's not a specific thing that I feel like it's a specific person that you're leaving, right? But for others, it's like this confidence in ourselves. It's like, can you even say that, like, you love yourself? Do you know what I mean? It's like how often do you say that you love yourself? How do you show yourself that you love yourself? Like, if you love yourself, you take care of yourself, right? If you love yourself, you do certain things. It's like when you love someone else, you do certain things for them, right? To show them how much you love them. So it's like, how do you show yourself that you love yourself? It's like courage in this new cycle to do things differently in the point of loving how you love yourself. Like, this is like, feel like an example of how much do you love yourself? Like, how much do you want to create a world where the things that you love are in it? It's like creating a world where you, like, things fit for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Creating a world where everything is at your vibe. Creating a world where you can actually be happy, authentically happy, because you're being your authentic self and everything that vibes with you is here. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, how much do you love yourself? Like he says, I love myself way more than I love you, right? And you'd only care enough to kill somebody you love, right? So it's like, how much do you love yourself right now? Like, are you willing to protect this energy that you've created for yourself, right? Are you attached to something out of fear? Are you attached to a person out of fear? Are you attached to, like, a circumstance that you place yourself in out of fear? Like, you're not worth more than this, right? Like, are you, like, how much worth do you place on yourself, right? Like, you are worth so much more, right? And you have to get out of the mentality of, like, about your worth. There's something here about your worth, your confidence. Have the courage to, like, own up to what you deserve. You deserve everything. Do you know what I'm saying? And it comes from loving yourself and understanding, like, what you need and, like, giving it to yourself. Again, like, how would you treat someone you love? You'd give them everything, right? You'd give them the world. So it's like, do you love yourself enough to give yourself the world, right? Let's pull some cards to get deeper into this. Okay, guys, there's something here about the divine feminine, right? Remember how when we were reading about Ishel, they said that she was a symbol, or I think it was the jaguar was a symbol of the divine feminine. And yeah, her presence is the wild power of the jaguar, the renewal promise of the rainbow, and divine feminine creativity. Yeah, there's something here about, like, the divine feminine and protecting yourself. And it's like, it's crazy how you have two queens here, right? You have the Queen of Coins and the Queen of Swords. And I feel like this is the energy that they want you to be in. Do you see how this queen is protecting the coin, right? She's literally protecting the coin from, like, the snake. And in this one, this Queen of Swords, there's, like, heads in the background on spits, right, to protect. And it's like they want you to take the energy of nurturing, like, that there's a nurturing, like, generous attitude that you have, right? And it's like it's like has to do with yourself, right? Your self-love, your self-worth, and they want you to protect that entity of yourself. It's like, again, how much do you love yourself? How much are you willing to, like, do things for yourself? What do you think you deserve? It's like she's protecting that coin, right, from the snake. Because it's her coin, right? Like, and I feel like they want you to be cutthroat about it. Remember, we're talking about the jaguar, and there's something about the jaguar being aggressive, and then with the Queen of Swords coming out, it's like, yes, you are this nurturer, right? You are this energy of, like, stability, but at the end of the day, like, what needs to be cut out has to be cut out for your own good, right? For the good, the love that you have for yourself, right? And it's so funny to me because I feel like this is not for all of you, but this is some of you. I feel like the for those of you who have, it's not a confidence thing. It could be tied to confidence, but it's more of like a relationship that does not serve you. There's a story with this Three of Wands. It's like a Romanian fairy tale, and it's about this girl who like actually she marries a pig, right? And it's actually like a really cute story. It's actually beautiful, but it's reminding me of like Big Eyes, right? And the fact that she was married to basically like a pig, like, or a monster, right? And in the story, there's there's a happy ending, but I feel like for you, if you don't, like, there's something that you're attached to that it's like a pig, right? Like, or there's an energy that you're attached to that's not at your level, right? Like in this story, like her pig is actually a prince, right? But in my reality, like what I'm thinking of is like the person that you're actually attached to is like, I'm thinking of actually like a pig, right? Like actually someone who isn't worth your time, isn't worth your presence, like your presence, your energy, your vibe. They're not at the same rate as you. Like she's a princess and he's a pig. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's a mismatch of vibes, and she's like chasing after this pig. Do you know what I'm saying? Like she's so like in love with this freaking pig. And again, it's a cute story, but in my reading, I'm seeing it as like the energy that you need to take to cut something out, right? There's something that's like doesn't serve you or no longer serves you, right? And your grip on it needs to be like let go, right? And with the Nine of Coins and the Four of Coins, right? I feel like this is, again, you. There's something here about like the protection of the coin. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you have the coin here, and here it's like somebody that you trust has the coin, right? It's like the person that deserves it. Like the Nine of Coins travels far to like go and get what it needs, right? Like this story that the person's traveling very far, the person's very stable. It's like you want someone who's going to protect the coin. And I feel like in this story, like in this energy, like the person that you're chasing after, the person that you were tied to, like whatever relationship this is, this person didn't like care about it. Do you know what I'm saying? This person, again, and then with the Four of Coins, it's like this person, there's so many, this is so funny how all these coins are coming out, like different representations of this freaking coin. It's like they want you to be in this energy where you protect yourself, where you protect your self-worth, where you protect like the love that you have for yourself. Like you protect yourself by showing yourself how much you love yourself. I don't know if this is clear English, but it's like, it's funny because this bird in the story wanted to keep all of the coins for himself, right? And he captured the princess and the coins, and he was like, I'm gonna like take it all. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the energy of, I feel like, this pig, right? It's like the Big Eyes movie. It's like someone who doesn't appreciate you, someone who kind of just like, I don't think they have like your best interests at heart, right? They have themselves at heart, and you should have yourself at like heart, right? Like you should care for yourself more than this person. Like you love yourself, you should love yourself the most. Do you know what I'm saying? So that means protecting yourself. And I feel like that's what they're calling you to do, right? It's like this person can steal everything away from you, right? They will steal and it still won't be enough, right? And there's something about someone who will come in to match your energy and protect the coin, right? Like there's someone that will come in to protect it just as you protect it because they understand it. Same thing as like being on the same vibration as someone else, right? Like someone who matches your vibe will like find it. Or maybe this is someone else who has their own, like they know their own value, they love themselves, and they match your energy like perfectly, right? But there's something about you having to cut out what doesn't serve you, right? Cut out the person that's taking advantage of you, to cut out the person that doesn't love you, right? Like the way that you should be loved. I'm not saying that they don't love you. I'm saying like your love and their love isn't the same, right? It's like this girl's literally chasing after a pig. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're not going by the fairy tale, we're going by me. And I'm telling you right now, like the person that is not like an energetic match to you, if this is like relating to you about a specific relationship in your life, right? The person is not energetically on a match. It's a princess and a pig, right? And this again is reminding me of Big Eyes. Again, we have like an animal in the corner with these huge eyes, and it's reminding me of Big Eyes. That's like this story, like it's with the Knight of Wands. It's like this is the energy I feel like you need to be in with the Jaguar, right? With the Queen of Swords. It's like going to protect what's yours and also like running away from whatever doesn't suit you, right? And I feel like there's, again, this like ferociousness, right? Aggressive energy about protecting what's yours, right? Because I feel like this person will just take and take and take, right? Or you will, like, if you don't love yourself enough, people can just take from you. Like, there has to be enough self-love for you to like have the knowledge of when to know when you're overgiving, right? And like know that there will be people that will take it all if you let them. So it has to do with like how much do you love yourself? Again, like how deep is your love for yourself? And do you have the courage to take yourself out of situations where people are not at an energetic match to you? Again, if you vibe with people who are not your vibe, like you lower yourself to be with these people, your vibe will go low. Like you will not be at that same vibration and you're gonna miss out. It's literally only for you that I say this. Do you know what I'm saying? Again, like the person that I feel like you're dealing with will take everything, right? I feel like you're dealing with a very selfish energy. If this is like about a relationship, it's like this person is selfish. They just really only care about themselves. I don't think that they're actually like a match to you. I feel like the energy of the Knight of Wands is someone who takes control, right? It's like pinpointing the energy towards yourself, towards your own self-love, towards like what you want to manifest, the life that you desire, right? Like to create what it is that you actually deserve, right? And I feel like this is the outcome, right? Like if you have the courage to stand up for yourself, if you have the courage, it's like the confidence to believe in yourself and to believe like that you deserve better, right? And cutting out all the things that don't serve you, right? Loosening your grip so that what is meant to fit for your life will come, right? Stable, like it will come securely, right? Then it leaves room for like this to get out of your life, right? And it leaves you with like freedom to do whatever it is that you desire, to move in the direction that you want to move in. And I feel like what's coming for you is like a paradise, right? Like, do you see how she's opening the window and she's seeing like paradise? It's like you have the ability to create this for yourself. It's just your own, like the way you see things, right? The way you see yourself and the respect that you have for yourself, right? So pile number 2, I really love this reading. I hope this resonates with you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. So for pile number 3, we're gonna do things like in a different order. We're gonna start here. I feel like mainly your pile has a lot to do with creation. Like every card that I'm getting has something to do with creation. I know we have like death here, but it's like, if you were confused between like pile number 1 and pile number 3, pile number 1 had something to do with like resurrection, but death versus resurrection, I feel like they're different vibes, right? And your message doesn't have really to do with resurrection. It has to do with creation, right? It's about creating something on this earth. You guys got Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, right? And then you guys got Nana Baluku, she rests to create, right? So there's something here that you're meant to be doing in this, I feel like in this time period, in this life, and it has to do with creation. And I feel like what it really has to do is creation. Again, like with Sisterhood of the Rose, again, something about creation, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. I feel like you're meant to inspire. Like you're meant to inspire. That's the way that you create on this earth. Like there's something about the way that you see things and the way that you, like your responsibility to this earth, like to humankind, right? And I feel like what it has to do with is creation. Like there's beauty in this world that you see that I feel like others can't. There's like, you're meant to inspire people, right? You're meant to like put like that flame into people's mind. Like I'm thinking of the wand, right? Like the Ace of Wands. You're meant to put that fire into people's mind through them like looking at you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the way that you live your life is so important because that's what inspires others to live their life in a way that I feel like is more authentic, right? Like you're inspiring people to do what they're meant to be doing, and it's so important that you have like this power comes from you, right? And I just feel like the way that you're meant to create has to do with the way that you see things and your perspective and the way that you live your life authentically. And that's meant to like translate to other people for them to be like inspired by you and want to do the same in their own lives. So you know what I'm saying? There's something here about beauty. Like it's such a beautiful energy. Again, I got Lemuria and I just feel like there's like something that you see like in this earth, right? And it's like a call to spend more time outdoors. There's something about outdoors here. It's like you're meant to do something to bring more beauty into this world. And I feel like, again, it has to do with you living to your true potential, like your authentic self, right? You're meant to inspire by being yourself. So yeah, like with the death card, you guys got death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. I feel like with the death card, it's like, it's different from pile number one, because pile number one had something about resurrection, and death, I feel like the death is, it's final, right? Whereas like resurrection has something to do with like coming from the ashes of the death, right? Like there's something reborn. This to me is an ending, right? And I feel like this is a painful ending. And with friendship, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. I feel like this is all connected in a way, like, I don't know, it's like specific, but this is the way I'm seeing it. It's like there's a death of a relationship in your life, right? And I feel like this death is kind of final, right? The ending of this is kind of, it was final for you, or it's final, right? Like this is not meant to be in your life anymore. So it's like, it's funny to me because you have all this beauty on the top and creation, but at the bottom you have this death, right? And I feel like this death, there's something that you had to learn here about loss, right? And like this hard time and like the losing of this person. I feel like it's a person specifically with friendship. It's like the death of like this relationship in your life. And I feel like it left you questioning beauty in this world, right? Because we have all these cards about beauty and creation and how like you're supposed to be like the inspiration for people to do that. But then it's like, then why did I get like the most inspiring, beautiful person in my life taken away from me type vibe? Or like, you know, why did there have to be a death to this relationship, right, in my life, this friendship? And I feel like this friendship to you is like, I think it's the hardest lesson that you're gonna have to learn, right? And I feel like it happened for a reason, right? And the acceptance of this is really hard for you because I feel like this is the only person that you at a time could communicate with, right? Like could communicate on a soul level, right? This friendship card is not, it's not speaking about like a normal friendship. It's talking about someone who meant a lot to you. And it's like, this person understood who you were. So this hard lesson is coming to you for a purpose, right? And it's the purpose in the cycle is because you're meant to be the one that contributes beauty in the world, right? You're the one that's meant to create. And I feel like it's a contradicting energy. It's like, then why was I shown, you know, like why was I given the hardest lesson, right? And I think it has to do with understanding your purpose, right? It's only through like darkness that you can see the light, right? So it's like there's something here about this having to happen for you. And I think it's like this card is saying like people are meant to be in your time for a life, like either for a year, a day, a month, but like we meet people for reasons, right? And I feel like this person that you lost, right, the death of this relationship to you has caused you to like question the beauty in this earth, right? The loss of this person. And I feel like it's not even like it's a test. It's supposed to help you confirm like who you really are. Like this death is meant to like for you to see how strong your light is, right? It's to like awaken that light consciousness within you. And I feel like that's why this had to happen. And I feel like this is just to let you know that this is the reason why. It was to bring, it has to do with you, right? Like it has to do about you realizing the frequency of yourself and like the vibration that you're at. And like maybe the loss of this person had you questioning yourself for a very long time. But now I feel like this is what you're gaining in the cycle of like coming back to yourself, right? And it was only possible to come back to this high ass light vibration, this energy of creation, this energy, this frequency that's so high. It had to come through this. And I know like it's weird, but it did, right? Like the only way that you were gonna be able to see this part of yourself is through this loss. And I feel like this is a very important lesson because with Nana Beluko, she rests to create. I feel like this has a lot to do with like the trust that you have in yourself, right? I feel like you've been having to like trust yourself. Like that was the biggest lesson here, trusting yourself. Like if this wasn't meant to be in your life anymore, then trust like the divine and trust yourself, like trust the universe that this person was here for a reason and they're gone for another reason, right? Like there's an inner guidance, there's an inner wisdom that you have, right? And whether you had to be the one to like walk away from this or someone was the one to walk away from you, I feel like this is all done. The reason that you're able to like, the reason that you left or whatever has to do with like the love that you have for yourself, the light that you have within you, right? And I think this is a time of inner peace with Nana Beluko. It's like, it's inner peace. Like she creates from peace. Like she's creating from rest. She's not creating from like a frantic energy. She's not creating from loss. She's not creating from fear. Her card says she rests to create. Let me read the beginning. I didn't even read it. Hold on. It says, your energy is a precious resource, and there are ways of being that can enhance it, amplifying it, and replenishing it. Give yourself sufficient rest, and you shall find the way forward more effortless. Explore the lifestyle that grows your inner resources. Explore the lifestyle that grows your inner resources, rather than requiring constant exertion and exhaustion to accomplish an endless list of external pursuits. You need the shift in being now because you are ready to accomplish more. For this to take place, there needs to be less effort and more wisdom. Trust and value what can be accomplished through rest. I feel like you've gone through a period of like rest, right? Like maybe that's what you're coming out of, like a period of rest, a period and a time where, even with the 2911, it's reminding me again of a person, like a soulmate. Like I think this soulmate was put in your life for a reason. And again, it's like, I think you're now supposed to come into some sort of peace, knowing that this person was here for a reason. This person was here to help you, even though they might not be here now. The death card for me means like finality. Finality, is that a word? It's like, it's done. Like I don't feel like there's a coming back to this, right? But I feel like you're going to gain something from this loss. And what you gain is something in yourself, this trust in yourself, this light that's like activated, this frequency that like gets risen because of the fact that, like, again, it's like from darkness comes light. Like the only way to see the light is through the darkness. So there's an importance here with this loss. And I feel like you're not meant to question this anymore. You're like a priestess, mystic, teacher, you know what I mean? Like you're meant to do something with the beauty on this earth, or the beauty in the planet. Like you're meant to bring beauty and inspire others, and you have like this really important role to play on this earth. And I feel like, again, the only way that you were able to come to such a like light frequency was through this rest, right? And I feel like you maybe are coming out of a time of rest, right? A time of like when things are kind of over, right? And again, it's like time to rest, right? It's time, or the time to rest is over, because now we've like activated that vibe or that frequency that's so high now that we're able to start creating, right? We're able to start being like that inspiration to people again. And I feel like that only can come through this. So it's like time, I keep saying it, it's time to be at peace. It's time to either come out of that rest or go into that rest period. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's coming out of that rest period and to start creating, right? Look, pile number 3, it's such a beautiful energy. Let's pull some cards and go deeper into this. So for pile number 3, I feel like this is kind of delving into the past a little bit, into this death and this friendship, right? And there's something here that you don't understand, because I don't, like, we're talking about all this beauty that comes from like this new cycle, but we're still like talking about the past here. So I feel like this has to be an energy that's cleared. That's the only way to like move forward, right? Is to clear out this energy from the past. And I feel like this energy in the past has a lot to do with this death, this loss, right? This loss. And I feel like this is the way that this person made you feel, right? With the Sun and the Lovers. It's like this person, this friendship, this relationship made you feel a certain way. It's the most positive card in the deck, right? So it's like this is the way this relationship made you feel. And with the Lovers, I feel like this was a soulmate, right? This was somebody that was here in this life that you could connect with on a soul level. This was a soul connection, and that's why it feels so hard for you to have lost this, right? It's like, I can't find anyone on this earth that's the same, right? Like that's how it feels. And with the 5 of Swords, it's like there's something here about betrayal, right? It's like even this could have been some sort of betrayal or something that, you know, I feel like it left you feeling defeated. It left you feeling alone. It left you feeling, you know, terrible. It's a terrible like energy, right? To be like betrayed by someone. And I feel like this was only brought to you though, so that you can start again, right? We have the Fool here right in the middle. So it's like this cycle was meant to happen. Like, I know that it's hard to understand, but it's meant to happen so you can like create something beautiful. And it's only through the death and the ending of this, right, that you're able to create something new. But I feel like the warning in this for you is that there's no longer a way to seek this, right? Like, this is done. I feel like there's, again, like a finality with the Death card, like it's over. And I feel like, again, it's meant to have to work for you, because I feel like you're going to have a lot of options coming now in your life. And it's only once you realize that this is like an unachievable thing, like this isn't here anymore, it's not present. This energy that was there isn't present anymore. Even if this person like is, you know, still alive and like doing well, it's like the energy that you guys met in was like a magical time, I want to say, where you can't repeat that type of energy, right? Like, this person has moved into a different direction and you've moved on a different direction, and you're meant to be doing something. I mean, obviously, you know, like your role, right? Your role is to create something. Your role is to be, yeah, it's all about creation. It's all about, like, you have this high priestess vibe, this like teacher, this mystic, right? Like, there's something here, this frequency that you're at that's at such a high vibration that you're meant to be doing something with that vibration. And again, the only way to reach this vibration was through this loss. And I don't know how else to explain it. It's like only through this can you get to this, right? And it's like they want you to be in this Fool energy. They want you to be like in this kind of naive energy again. And you're like, well, I don't know how I can ever be in that energy again, right? Like, I don't know how I can be. But they're going to start presenting you with a lot of options. Once you realize that this is like something that's done, you're going to start receiving so many options in your life. And I think that they're all going to be positive. They're all going to be high vibe. I think the movement from the cycle is going to take strength, and that's what they're giving you. They're giving you the strength to kind of remove yourself from the cycle. Like, that's what I want to say. To stop like relentlessly looking for it. That what's going to be given to you, like, it's not like it's a replacement, but that there can be something gifted to you in this new cycle, and there will be a gift to you in this new cycle with the Seven of Cups. But you have to have the strength to realize that this cycle is over. This cycle was done to help you reach this frequency and this vibration, to help you see your own light, to help you trust yourself, for all these reasons that are like very specific and needed. And again, that's what a soulmate is for. Like, there's a contract that we have to like complete with the soulmate, and that's what it was for, right? And I understand that there was a lot of love in this cycle with this person. I understand, like, trust me, I understand it more than you know. But I would want to say that now comes the strength to realize the ending of this, right? And the strength to move on to a new, like, cycle, right? The strength, like, to move, right? I feel like I wanted to clarify the Seven of Cups when it comes to options. Like, what are the options that are coming towards you? And I feel like, again, there's this inner conflict with the Two of Coins and the Five of Wands to like achieve balance, to achieve, again, this is a hard thing for you to understand, and I think it's taking you longer than you can like care to say to get through it. But I feel like there's promise here with the Emperor. Either in like an emperor coming in, or you being the emperor / empress. Like, again, it's like this energy that you're meant to, this role that you're meant to be in, the energy that you're meant to be in. And the Emperor is like, I feel like what I would want to say is the Emperor is wise, right? With the sword, it's like the Emperor is beyond wise. And I feel like this is meant to bring you some sort of wisdom. Again, remember, like it said, Nana Baluku, she creates not from like hard work, but from wisdom. That's why she's always in a state of inner peace, because she's not creating from like this crazy point where she's like exerting herself. She's creating from a point of like wisdom where it comes easy to her, right? And that's what I feel like this new cycle is meant to be. It's meant to be easy. It's like, I want you to see these cards. It's like, it's meant to be easy. It's meant to be beautiful. It's meant to be like uplifting. It's meant to be high vibe. Again, that's what your frequency is meant to be in. And like this soulmate did come in for a reason. And I understand that like it's hard, right? And there's like a lot of conflict about like, well, am I supposed to hold on to this person? Am I supposed to wait for this person? Am I supposed to like, you know, what's the energy I'm supposed to be in? But I feel like with this death, it's some sort of like ending that needs to be done with strength. It's going to take like a lot, right? But there's a promise of like something better, right? there's a promise of gaining this like wisdom that you could only gain through this cycle. Again, there's like a reason that this happened to you, and there's like, I feel like there's better coming for you. It's just gonna take like, it's just the part of you having to understand that and knowing that something better is coming for you, and that there was a reason and a time for this person, and now it might be over, but that doesn't mean that like great things aren't coming for you. I feel like great and better, even better things are coming for you. So yeah, pile number 3, I hope that this resonates with you. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.